morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sarah. If you are new here, it's been a while since I really introduced myself. So I am a mom of two boys, aged 2 and 3.5. We live in a small town in Iowa. My husband works full-time for the Iowa Army National Guard. And I'm just here to share what a normal mom does every day. I do stay at home with my kids. I don't know if I said that or not. Don't live a fancy life. Every day is pretty much the same. But I'm here to share it with you and maybe give you some motivation around your house, or make you feel like it's okay to not have a big fancy huge house that a lot of these influencers do, because let me tell you, sometimes it can be so deflating to see how other people are living. Today I have a few projects to do, and then mainly this is going to kind of be a cook with me. I have some stuff I need to get done in the kitchen. I need to make a dip for myself. I'm going to make dinner tonight, obviously. I want to make some pancake donuts that I've been meaning to make for a couple of weeks, and then I also have a dessert that I want to make. So pretty much this is going to be a cook with me video. But for now, I'm getting an activity ready for the boys. So we are going to make like little clouds and rainbows. So I just have a paper plate. These are like the really cheap flimsy ones, the actual paper ones. And I'm gonna cut them in half to make them look like a cloud. We're going to put cotton balls on them, and then I'm going to cut strips out of construction paper that will hang from them like the rainbow. So I have rainbow strips, and I have another set for the other one. So one set per child. I will help them glue them, not like this, but this is the only way I can hold them. Help them glue them so they hang down from here, help put glue on here so they can get the cotton balls, and it'll be a fun thing for them to do. Fairly, like, I mean, prep done. Okay, go ahead. It's kind of hard to see into this container, but this is what that fly trap looked like. It's so disgusting, so I didn't hang on too long, but it was such a nice day out this day. What you can't hear, because I cut the audio, is our neighbor's dogs that bark all the time. But then we came inside and we did our little rainbows. The boys really had fun with this. We just used a glue stick, and so you can kind of see on the one that it's a little purple. The glue stick is purple when it's still wet, and they can stick it on there, so they just try to cover up all the purple, and they liked it. And then I knew I had a lot of cooking type stuff to do this day, so I wanted to make sure that the kitchen was really clean and our sink really needed a good scrubbing first, so I went ahead and got started with that before moving on with my day. The sink was so like white and pristine when we moved in, but now that we've been here, there are a lot of, it almost looks like it's discoloration. There's a lot of discoloration on it, and then scratches in the white. I think it's a porcelain sink, and I don't know how it was so pretty when we moved in, but now it's not, even though like the house was built in 1974, and this sink looks like it's probably pretty original. So I'm not sure why it suddenly is having such a hard time staying clean. Maybe we use it more than the previous owners. I really am not sure.
Don't talk about it like you're crazy. You know damn well I can't replace you. Just say what.
Okay, I'm gonna get started on stuff in the kitchen. It's 9:30. We were outside for about 45 minutes, and then the boys wanted to come in and have a snack. So did the rainbow things, I showed you that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to make are the pancake donuts, because they've been on my list for like 2 weeks and I haven't made them. And I do buy like frozen breakfast stuff to stick in the freezer or when I don't have anything to feed the kids, and I'm feeling bad about how often I'm doing that the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to go ahead and make these pancake donuts. Recipe I found on Pinterest. I'm not going to link that one for you because it just says to use pancake mix. So the original recipe says make your pancake mix according to box directions. They substituted milk for water. I do that same thing, and then add in whatever add-ins you want, and then bake it. So the only thing I actually took from that recipe was, the bake time. And I'm going to show you how I make my own pancake mix. I don't buy it, I make it. I've had this container, and I use my Cricut to label it pancake batter. Like, I've been making our own pancake mix since before Ryder was born, over 4 years now. And this recipe is very, very simple. I know when I first found it way back when, it did call for sugar, but I do not put any sugar in this because what do you put on your pancakes? Sugary stuff, whether that's syrup or whipped cream, you know, like typically you're putting something sugary on it. So I don't add sugar to this. You could add a little though if you want your pancake mix to be sweet. The recipe is really simple. It's 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 cups of flour, 3 tablespoons of baking powder, 2 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of salt. I will type that out down in the description if you're interested and don't want to write it down right now. Starting out, I decided to get my apron on because there was lots of flour. So I do sift, or it recommends you sift your flour. I don't have a sifter, but I do have this mesh strainer, and I have used this for the entirety that I've been making this pancake mix. So pretty much I just put everything in it and shake it, and it like sifts it in there. And then I do use a whisk to mix it all up, and that kind of sifts it a little bit more. And then obviously combines the baking powder, baking soda, and salt with the flour. And I made a double batch of this, which is why I'm doing the whole process all over again.
Say what you mean, don't waste your time being mad at me. Say what you mean, say what you mean. And you'll get what you need, get what you need. What I do is try to give you more than words. When I say I quit, it's only cause it hurts. We got play.
Had to clean up my mess from making the mix, and then I'm moving on to making the pancake donuts. I did about 2 cups worth of the dry mix, a little splash of maple extract, a little bit of milk, and then 2 scoops of kids protein powder. And then I added more. I don't know how much I added in total, but I just keep adding and mixing until it's the consistency of pancake batter. I know that's not really helpful if you aren't used to making pancake batter, and I'm sorry for that. But then this day I had some helpers. So Ryder started first. He was taking his whisking very seriously while I was getting the donut mold set up. And then Noah saw him and wanted to come help. It was short-lived for him though. He didn't care as much. And then I'm just taking a cookie dough scoop and putting it into the donut molds here that I have they're just silicone. It was a little more than 1 scoop, like 1.5 scoops of this size. I filled it so that the batter was like 3/4 of the way full of the mold. Added sprinkles to one pan and chocolate chips to another. If I did it again, I would mix the sprinkles in because and the chocolate chips, they did just sit on top. So then my kids only wanted to eat the top part of the donut.
I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go.
Once they were done, I just put them on a cooling rack to cool off. You can see the steam coming off of there. They were very hot. And then the amount I made also made 6 more donuts. I just didn't show all of that. And then I moved on to the white bean avocado dip. So it's 1 can of cannellini beans, drained and rinsed. And we recycle our cans, so I rinsed the can out into the beans while I was doing that. And then everything just goes into a food processor or a blender, whatever you have. So the can of cannellini beans and some olive oil, I didn't measure. I just kind of added half of an avocado. I would have put the whole avocado in there, but Noah actually ate it for lunch that day, so it wasn't that big of a deal. 1 jalapeno. I did not remove any of the seeds because I wanted a little bit of spice. Some fresh garlic and some spinach. I will say I wish I would have taken the spinach and put it through the food processor before I started mixing everything up because the stems did kind of stay in the mixture, and so the texture bothered me a little bit. Then also added in some cilantro and 2 limes, and again mixed that all up, and then I just put it in the container and stored this in the fridge. It was good. I ate it within about 4 days. It was pretty good.
Don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving.
Every time I stand with this window to my back, it creates a weird shadow around me. So I'll just stand here. I just got an Amazon package. This was a gift from myself to myself. I've talked before that Anthony and I both have like personal spending accounts that we tuck away a little bit of money in. I had a decent amount in it because I haven't bought anything in a while. And so I decided to get myself something. Okay, so I have always been an anxious nail biter. I know it's a disgusting habit and I wish it were different for me, but ever since I can remember, I have always like bit my nails when I get anxious. I'm a very anxious person, so very rarely in my life have I had like long nails. My hair is coming out of the clip. Since I started YouTube again, I made a promise to myself that I would really be conscious of not doing it and try to find like other ways to handle my anxiety, because my hands are on camera all the time, and the last thing I want is like someone having to look at my like gross chewed off nails. So I decided to treat myself and get, because they're actually growing, although like I should have showed you the other hand, these 2 nails broke this last week, but like they're doing pretty good. And this is after I just filed them a couple days ago too, to kind of get them a little lower, because I don't like them super long. I'm used to them being like little nubbies. So I've only actually gotten my nails done at a salon 1 time since high school. I got acrylic nails all the time in high school because I dated a guy that his parents had more money than they knew what to do with, and I was friends with his sister as well, so his parents would pay for me and his sister to go get our nails done. So that was a perk of dating him. After that relationship ended, I wasn't gonna pay for my nails to get done, so I never did it except for prom my senior year, and then I didn't get them done again until 1 time last year. I went and got my nails done. I get my toes done like maybe once or twice a year, maybe. Anyway, I am rambling at you. I will show you what's in this kit. The brand is Beetles. I literally just picked one that had decent reviews. This is like the nails that you can paint the colors on for the sample, so that you know what colors look like what. Each of the bottles though does have a sticker, has a sticker on it to tell you what it is. It came with 45 different colors, so a really good kit. Plus it has top, both a like a gel and a matte top, glitter top coat, so you can make any of them glitter, cuticle oil, and cuticle remover oil. I got one that had the UV light cure thing. Also came with this kit. I'm not going to do this right now because I feel like right when I get in the swing of things, a child is going to need me for something or another. So I am going to wait until they're in bed tonight. I just somehow made opening a package last 11.5 minutes record time on this camera. I have a problem. Our living room does not have an overhead light in it. This house was built in 1974. No, they just never put a light in there. Okay, you can see how big this box is, right? Like, longer than my arm. You see all this packaging? Do you want to see how big the box actually is? Seems very wasteful. My intention was not to sound so angry about the packaging when I was filming that. It's just, Amazon does this a lot too, where they put a small item in a large box, and I think it's really wasteful, and it's kind of annoying because now I have to, you know, figure out how to get rid of that big box, because if it goes in my recycling for the week, it takes up almost the whole container. But anyway, Amazon does this too, and another bone I have to pick with Amazon is they will give you the option to ship in fewer packages or select the same day for all of the shipping. So like your Prime Day or whatever it is. So you would select like just ship everything on Tuesday. But when I do that, yeah, they ship everything on Tuesday, but it's still like 4 different Amazon delivery drivers coming to my house at different times of day. And all of these items are actually in different packages anyway. So then I wonder, how is this saving anything? Because I think the intention is that it'll save time and money and gas and travel and all of that, so that just one delivery driver can come to my house one time on one day with all of my packages in 1 or 2 packages instead of a lot of little packages. But that's not happening. Does anybody else have that problem? Is it just me? Is it because of the area I'm in? I don't know. Anyway, this lamp is really easy to put together if you were wondering.
I told you I'm not yours anymore. No, I'm not yours. So why you trying to hold on when I'm not there?
The lamp is cute. It's a pretty big lamp. I'm 5'8" for reference. So setting this up in the living room, we wanted it in this corner because we already have one in the other corner. I'm still debating whether or not I want to put this one by the couch. I don't know. When I hung it up, I noticed one of the pictures was over a little too far, so just getting that moved so that it all looks nice on the wall and the lamp isn't like right into it. Then moving on for dinner, Anthony was gone this night, or I would not have made this recipe because I don't think he would have liked it. I know he wouldn't have liked it. He might have eaten just the chicken. But it is a Greek chicken bowl, and so I'm just making the marinade for the chicken, which is olive oil, lemon, some honey. This is all the honey I had left, and I didn't measure any of this stuff. That's just kind of my jam. And then some spices. I will leave this recipe linked down in the description if you are interested. I did make this marinade only about 30 minutes before I actually made the chicken, so it really didn't sit in there that long. And I shouldn't have added so many red pepper flakes because it was pretty spicy.
Wanna take a different lane, wanna play my own game, and I don't need you here.
But then I just took one chicken breast, so again, it was just me having dinner, and then I wanted enough for leftovers the next day. So I did do one whole chicken breast, and I'm just kind of butterflying it out and making like thin little pieces of it so that it would cook a little bit faster. Putting it in that marinade, again, it sat there for 30 minutes, and then I got my rice started. This is just basmati rice. And I added in some oregano and some parsley, salt and pepper. Cooked that. I cooked it a little too long. And then I'm making the tzatziki. Is that how you say that? Sauce, dip, whatever. So it's Greek yogurt, a shredded cucumber, mixing that up, and then adding in lemon juice and some spices for this as well. And just letting that sit until it was time to eat.
Won't you let me go? Wanna take this ball and chain that you have put on me and throw it out the window. I think that you should let go, 'cause you know this is not meant to be. Let go. Maybe I should have known that you are not the right one.
And then I used my cast iron with a little bit of butter to cook the chicken until it was cooked through. And then in the bowl, I put rice, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, red onion, feta cheese, that chicken, and then the dressing stuff on top. And this was after the boys had gone to bed, and I decided to go ahead and do my nails. So just using that kit to go ahead and like push back all of my cuticles and everything like that. I did do just one hand at a time because I thought I'm going to get into this and then my kids are going to wake up and I don't want both hands like in the middle of the process. So I started with my right hand, and you just put the base coat on, put it in the heat lamp for 60 seconds, put your color on, heat lamp, second coat of color, heat lamp, top coat, heat lamp, top coat, heat lamp, done. It took me a total of 40 minutes to do all of this. It was my very first time. Not perfect, but it is better than nail polish. And then, like I said, I was going to include a dessert video at the end of a few videos because I have them all filmed and saved up. This was from 4th of July, actually. This is a sugar cookie bar. And so it was just a sugar cookie base with, sugar, butter, eggs, vanilla, flour. This also had baking powder and cornstarch in it. I had never put cornstarch into a cookie type thing before. Mixing it up until it's, a good consistency all mixed together. And then pressing it into an 8x8 that had parchment paper in it. My camera battery died and I didn't realize it, so I don't have that clip. But then I used like a spoon that was sprayed with olive oil to smoosh it out and spread it all around and all of that. This is what it looked like after it was done cooking. It did look a little bit soft, but in the directions, it does say that. And then the next morning, I'm still in my pajamas and I'm getting the frosting put together before we left for a parade. And it's just butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and some heavy cream. It was 3 tablespoons of heavy cream and I was using a teaspoon. So that's why it looks like I'm adding a lot. Mix that up, put it on top, and then I obviously put red, white, and blue sprinkles on it since it was for the 4th of July. But you could leave the sprinkles off and just have these as a sugar cookie bar, or you could put festive other holiday sprinkles on there.
It's been running like a waterfall. Thought the stars would never let you down. And you keep on thinking you could save yourself. But that's love. That's just love. You should know some things will hurt.
But anyway, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know if you try any of these recipes out. I feel like there were quite a few in this video. But anyway, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.